Applications of radioactivity. The first application is finding out the age of Earth. This is called rock dating. The age of Earth is calculated from the age of mineral rock present on Earth's crust. An assumption is made during this calculation, that is, the mineral under examination is as old as the Earth. The mineral might have originated little later than Earth. Now the ultimate disintegration product of uranium-92-238 is the non-radioactive isotope of lead-82-206. Rock dating is based on this principle, but there is one more assumption that the rock originally contained only uranium-92-238 and there was no lead present in it. Initially, if the rock has only uranium, this is the rock which has only uranium. After one half-life, it becomes half of the original value. That is, it has half of uranium and half of lead isotopes. And after the second half-life, the remaining half of uranium gets converted to lead and so on. So this is after second half-life and this is after the third half-life. So what is done, the ratio of uranium and lead is found out in a given rock using mass spectrograph. Knowing the half-life of uranium-92-238, the age of the mineral can be calculated. This gives an approximate idea of age of Earth. The age obtained by this method is somewhat less than the actual age, so the age of Earth calculated is therefore regarded as the minimum age of Earth. And this comes out to be 2 to 3 billion years. We will do some problems. Analysis of a sample of uranium ore showed that it contained 0.277 gram of lead-206 and 1.667 gram of uranium-238. Calculate the age of the ore assuming that all the lead-206 had accumulated due to the decay of uranium-238. T half of uranium-238 is 4.5 into 10 raised to 9 years. So we can use a formula. Lambda is equal to 2.303 divided by T log N0 by N. We have to find T. T half is given as 4.5 into 10 raised to 9 years. So lambda is equal to 0.693 by T half, that is 0.693 divided by 4.5 into 10 raised to 9 years. This is equal to 1.54 into 10 raised to minus 10 year raised to minus 1. So we have got lambda. Since we have to find T, we can rearrange the equation. T is equal to 2.303 divided by lambda log N0 by N. N is equal to amount of uranium present at the time of measurement. And this is given as 1.667 gram. N0 is mass of uranium initially present. Now, at the time of measurement, 1.667 grams of uranium was present and 0.277 grams of lead was present. And now this 0.277 grams of lead was obtained originally from uranium. So if we find out the mass of uranium which gives this 0.277 gram of lead and we add to the uranium present at that time, we will get the mass of uranium initially present. So this is equal to mass of uranium at the time of measurement plus mass of uranium which is converted to lead. So the first value is already known, which is 1.667. The second one we can find out knowing that 1 uranium-238 gives to, after series of disintegration, gives 1 lead-206. So 1 mole of uranium-238 will get converted to 1 mole of lead. Mass of 1 mole of uranium-238 is 238 grams. So 238 grams of uranium will get converted to 1 mole of lead, which mass is 206 gram. 206 gram of lead. Or we can write 206 gram of lead is obtained from 238 gram of uranium. Therefore, 0.277 gram of lead, that is what is remaining, is obtained from what mass of uranium that we can calculate. Obtained from 238 divided by 206 into 0.277 grams of uranium. So this will be equal to 0.320 gram. Therefore, mass of uranium before decay N0 is equal to 1.667 plus 0.320, which is 1.987 gram. Now we can substitute T is equal to 2.303 by lambda log N0 by N, which is equal to 2.303 divided by 1.54 into 10 raised to minus 10 here raised to minus 1 log 1.987 divided by 1.667. The answer will be 1.129 into 10 raised to 9 years. So the age of ore is equal to 1.129 into 10 raised to 9 years. Second application is radiocarbon dating. The determination of age of carbon-containing materials by the use of radioactive carbon, that is C614, is known as radiocarbon dating. The method was developed by Willard F. Libby in the University of Chicago. The principle behind this is that from the cosmic rays coming from sun, neutrons present in the cosmic ray bombards with nitrogen present in the atmosphere, which gets converted to C614 and with formation of a proton. Now this C614 is a radioactive isotope of carbon. So it undergoes decay to form N714 with emission of beta rays. That is C14 decays by beta minus emission. It has a half-life of 5570 years. Now these reactions are taking place in atmosphere for a long time and an equilibrium has been reached, as a result of which the quantity of C14 in the atmosphere has been a constant. Now this happens in the upper atmosphere. The C14 then is oxidized to carbon dioxide and forms carbon dioxide with carbon isotope 14 and comes to the lower atmosphere. Now, since the quantity of C14 in the atmosphere has been a constant over a long period of years, the ratio of C14 to C12 is a constant in the atmosphere. Therefore, the ratio of CO2 with 14 to CO2 with carbon 12 is a constant in the atmosphere. Now this CO2 containing both carbon 12 and carbon 14 is taken up by plants where carbon dioxide combines with water to form carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. These are taken by animals and humans by food chain. So the ratio of C14 to C12 in air is same as in plants, animals, or any living system. As long as the plant or animal is alive, an equilibrium or balance is maintained between C14 in the atmosphere and C14 in the plant or animal. When the plant dies or the tree is cut or the animal dies, the balance is upset because the tree or the plant no longer takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and the animal also no longer takes any food. The carbon 14 begins to decay without being replaced. So the carbon 14 content decreases. The measurement of carbon 14 activity in a dead specimen is used to calculate how long ago death has occurred. The equation used is lambda is equal to 2.303 by T log N0 by N. Lambda of C14 is known as 5570 years. T is the age of the carbonaceous material. Now N0 is the amount of C14 originally present, that is when the specimen was alive. And N0 is found out by beta ray activity of the fresh sample, like a fresh sample of wood. And N is found out by beta ray activity of the ancient sample. Lambda is equal to 0.693 by T half, where T half is the half-life period of C14, which is equal to 5570 years. T is the age of the sample. This method is applicable for the determination of the age of a sample as old as 50,000 years within a precision of plus or minus 200 years. Problem: a fresh sample of wood gives a radioactivity of 10 disintegrations per minute. An old sample of wood gives 1 disintegration per minute. Calculate the age of the sample. Half-life of C14 is 5570 years. Now lambda is equal to 2.303 by T log N0 by N. And T half is given as 5570 years. So from this lambda can be calculated 0.693 divided by T half, which is equal to 0.693 divided by 5570 years. Calculate and find out. Unit will be year raised to minus 1. Then we have to find t, rearrange the equation. T is equal to 2.303 by lambda log n0 by n. Now, number of C14 initially present is proportional to its activity, 10 disintegrations per minute, and n is proportional to 1 disintegration per minute. So we can substitute T is equal to 2.303 divided by lambda log n0 by n, which is equal to 2.303 divided by lambda is in year raised to minus 1 log 10 by 1. You will get the answer in terms of years. The C14 to C12 ratio in a piece of wood is 14% that of the atmosphere. Calculate the age of wood. So earlier I told that the ratio of C14 to C12 in the atmosphere in a living system is same. Here T half of C14 is given as 5760 years. So lambda is equal to 2.303 divided by T log n0 by n, and we can find lambda is equal to 0.693 by T half, and T half is given as 5760 years. So you can calculate lambda. Now what is n0 and n? Now the ratio of C14 to C12 in air, let it be x. So ratio of C14 to C12 in the sample, it will be 14% of this x. So this is proportional to n0 and this is proportional to n. So n0 by n is equal to x divided by x into 14 by 100, that is equal to 100 divided by 14. So T is equal to 2.303 by lambda, which you have to calculate, log n0 by n, which is equal to 2.303 by lambda log 100 by 14. Lambda will be in year raised to minus 1. So this you will get in years. Homework. A freshly cut piece of wood gives 16100 counts of beta emission per minute per kg, and an old piece of wood gives 13200 count per minute per kg. Calculate the age of wood. The half-life period of C14 is 5568 years. So we have to again use the formula. Lambda is equal to 2.303 by T log n0 by n. Lambda can be calculated from the T half value, and we have to find out what is T. Now n0 is proportional to activity of freshly cut wood, which is equal to 16100 counts per minute per kg. The beta rays emitted are counted, and n is proportional to number of atoms of C14 present in the sample, n is proportional to activity of the old piece, which is equal to 13200 counts per minute per kg. So here N0 by N will be 16100 divided by 13200. This is the hint. A piece of wood was found to have C14 to C12 ratio 0.7 times that in a living plant. Calculate the period when the plant was cut. Now again here the hint is C14 by C12 ratio in a living plant. Let it be X. So it is proportional to N0. And C14 by C12 ratio in the cut plant, it will be 0.7 times X. So this is proportional to number of C14 N. So N0 by N is equal to X divided by 0.7X. That is 1 divided by 0.7. The amount of C14 in a sample of wood is found to be 1/4 of its amount present in a fresh piece of wood. Calculate the age of the wood. So here also hint is equal to C14 in a fresh sample. Fresh piece of wood, let it be X. So C14 in a sample, the old sample, is equal to 1/4 of X. This is equal to N0 and this is equal to N. So N0 by N is equal to X divided by X by 4. That is 4.